We'll marry this man in the year 2024 and it will be the best day of your life, and your friends will be very jealous of you. Please reply with, I do in the comments to confirm the truth of this prophecy.
Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video. So y'all already know what's going on, alright? Alright, y'all. So check this out, right? Had somebody send me a video from a very dark corner of TikTok. A lot of y'all already know what this is and what it's about. WitchTok. Now, when somebody sent me the video, I almost got mad. I said, you know what? I done got caught scrolling about 5 videos, and I almost couldn't believe what I was watching. Every video that was at the top of the page, I'm talking about at least 20 down, all women, right? It's WitchTok. So, most of them are women, giving explanations of how they have grown up in a family of witches. Their entire lineage made up of witches, dads that practice witchcraft, grandmothers, stepmothers, advice on how to become a witch, energy cleansing, tarot readings, all kinds of stuff.
My name is Sophie. I'm a witch who was raised by witches, and these are some of the things that we did within our family and practiced when I was growing up. My stepmom is a hoodoo witch, and my dad also practices witchcraft and is he is like an astrological academic, so he does a lot of like planetary magic, divination, that sort of thing. And both my parents have been doing these things like my whole entire life.
Necromancy, ancestors, and so on and so on. I'm talking about it's overwhelming, and I probably only watched 5 videos, right? And it was just for me to, go into this far dark corner of TikTok and just check it out real quick. Now, I think WitchTok, I've heard of it long before, but I didn't pay any mind to it, right? And this is where TikTok becomes, it's hard to put a word on it. I don't want to say dangerous, but at the same time, like, this is where TikTok is way ahead of a lot of, information sharing apps, because there's so much on TikTok. And if you just put this hashtag, WitchTok, has 31.2 billion views.
My most questionable witch tip, witch hack. Do not judge me, because this shit works. If you menstruate, take your used pad, put it in a Ziploc bag. Airtight. The smell will not come out. Oh God, this is genuinely questionable, but I'm really telling y'all it works. Place the Ziploc bag next to your makeup tools, like inside your makeup bag. Zip it all in there together. Leave it in there until you feel like your tools are good and charged, okay? I leave mine for like 3 days. Do not judge. Do y'all see my face? Do y'all see this glamour? I am 30. Anyway, yeah, it works. But leave it in there for however long y'all feel like y'all need to. And I want to hear about the results. Cause y'all see.
Y'all, that should tell you everything on how powerful and the beliefs of a lot of people, but how powerful this actually is, how much attention this section of TikTok has on people. WitchTok, 31.2 billion views, y'all. I don't know about y'all ladies, but I think that's some of the most disgusting shit I ever heard in my life. Put it in a Ziploc bag, your menstrual pad, and let it fester. I don't know if she's saying she dipped her makeup brushes and stuff in the bag or used it to soften up her bristles. I don't know. She didn't say all of that. That shit is disgusting. And it reminds me, I don't know what it is, about the whole facial thing, wanting to look young. And I mean, we just kind of talked about this with Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek, as far as, going over there to get the red juice to make them continue to live young. And old girl was talking about doing blood magic with her own blood. Yo, it reminds me of that thing when Sandra Bullock was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and she talked about using foreskin from a Korean baby, calling it a penis facial. Yo, why? I mean, I know a lot of women are like, they don't play about their skin routines and they face, bumps, acne. I know y'all be on it. Like, and your days is ruined if your face ain't looking good. I get it. Some women go to the extent of using your menstrual pads, your own blood, to supposedly, clear your skin up, using foreskin from a Korean baby. Why a Korean baby? I don't understand this part of TikTok. I played that because I just thought it was disgusting. There was plenty more. I'm not going to fill this entire video up, but I wanted to just, in between the talks, break it up and show y'all some of this stuff I'm talking about. And there's plenty of them on there of, stories about women doing love spells, on their partner. And, before y'all try to jump down on me, obviously, this is about WitchTok. It's mostly women. But like I said, we know there are warlocks. Y'all already know this is not the page to, like attack witches and women, but I'm pointing out how demonic this is. Like WitchTok has to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that, men don't cast spells and, walk around with yellow roots and practicing voodoo and stuff themselves. Actually, I could put a little clip in here of a guy that was getting arrested who had he had a yellow root in a in like aluminum foil, and the cops thought it was dope. They thought it was crack or something, but it actually was a yellow root because he does, voodoo and stuff.
It's voodoo. It's voodoo. Okay.
Can you be any more specific?
Like, she know what it is. Dana, please come out.
Can you enlighten me on what exactly this is? That was in his pocket. He said it's voodoo and that you'll know what it is.
Yeah, some type of voodoo be doing.
Some type of voodoo stuff?
Yeah. It's about.
Okay. So it's not going to be if I test it?
It shouldn't be.
Does he use?
Oh, I don't know what voodoo people do. It's like a yellow root. That's what it look like.
A yellow root?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. What's that mean for me now that I opened it? Is that bad?
I won't know because I don't do voodoo. Only they do voodoo. I don't do voodoo.
That makes sense.
I think, you know how some people go to the voodoo doctor for like
ailments and stuff?
Yeah, elements, rich, like trying to money,
okay,
prosperity, stuff like that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be no, man. It's a yellow root. I mean, but you can pick it if you want to.
I got you. I mean, no, I've never seen it before. I don't think any of us have, so that's why we were just, usually when stuff's wrapped up in tinfoil, it's drugs. So. I got you. Okay, thank you.
And y'all already know we just had the clip in that one video of the lady talking about how she was with a man who had that the death juice in the kitchen under the counter. So we already know what's going on. But my focus here right now is WitchTok. I just had to put that disclaimer out there, right? This is also what gets me. Love spells are not necessary, somebody said in the comments. Call out to your ancestors or whichever deity you believe in and ask them to help you find your soul, who your soul is searching for. I don't understand this. What happened to God? What happened to just staying down, and letting that person, let it naturally happen? Why you want to call on a deity that you believe in to help you find who your soul is searching for? Why you can't just ask God to go on and bless you with a wife, bless you with a husband? I mean, you should want your wife, your girl, your boyfriend, your husband, you should want them to be sent by God. I'm not calling no deity in my dream or something like that, and then I get sent a devil. I get sent a demon. I'm not doing that. I just don't understand the separation, from God. I don't understand why people search so far outside of themselves. They search so far into other beliefs and deities and, gods and this and that. I just don't understand the separation.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, being a witch is cool, but one thing I do hate is that, like, we're so spiritually connected, we be knowing way too much sometimes. And it's crazy because when we're dealing with people, like, people will dead ass be so fake to you. They will smile in your face knowing that they were talking shit about you behind your back. These, like, people will dead ass lie straight to your face, and they will continue to do it because they know you don't have physical proof to show that they're being fake.
Also, another thing, the girl was saying that she's so, as in witches, they're so spiritual, they're able to recognize certain things. Like, I feel like when someone has to say that, you're not really discerning much. You don't have to tell people you're so spiritual, you're so this and that you're able to read when people are being fake. But check this comment out. Somebody said, don't tell them anything. Act normal. Cast spells in silence. The results will be loud. What? This is the type of shit I can't even say you have to be scared of. You just have to have discernment and be in the protection of God and constantly pray. First rebuke this kind of stuff. Constantly pray that, and this is for women to women as well. Even if you have friends, it doesn't have to be from a man's perspective. Like, you should be also praying this away if you have friends that are into this kind of stuff. She generalized this. She just said cast spells in silence. She didn't say cast spells on men. She said cast spells in silence and the results will be loud. What you want to cast a spell on somebody for? What I do? And you want to do it in silence? Yo, I don't understand this. This is some scary shit because you just never know who trying to put a hex on you. You just never know. And I actually found a clip of a girl who was trying to explain, how people use black magic against you and the things you should watch out for, which I thought was a good clip from WitchTok. So there's some in there where the girls are actually trying to put you on the game on how you can point this stuff out and stay away from it.
Let me give y'all a little bit of tea that these people who be hexing folks don't want y'all to know. These people who be working dark magic, they usually work with the moon cycles. Anytime there is a new moon or a full moon or an eclipse, they gonna be out there with their sacrifices and their cauldrons and their candles and so on and so forth, hexing people, okay? Number 2. Usually when dark magic is done, it's done using one or more of the natural elements. So fire, air, earth, water. Number 3 is connected to number 2. So I'm going to talk about both of these things together. Number 3, when black magic is done to unalive somebody, to curse their money, to curse their beauty, to do a destiny swap, it requires the spiritual assistance of an entity, usually a dark entity, because light entities don't be out here just unjustly doing things to people, okay? So if someone wants to hex someone's beauty or their fertility, they're going to work with a dark spirit of the water. And if somebody wants to cause sickness or to unalive somebody, they're going to work with dark spirits of the earth. So they're going to be out there in cemeteries and in graveyards doing what they do.
I mean, WitchTok even made like a BBC article, that UK version of BBC or whatever it is, and they were talking about how it has amassed over 30 billion views with the hashtag alone. Y'all, the influence is crazy how people can just log on to the internet and become a so-called witch without being initiated, without having training, this and that. They can just go ahead and hop on TikTok, learn whatever they learn, and out here casting spells on themselves. They don't even know what the hell they doing. I just can't believe this separation, y'all, when all, we need is God. We don't need to go to a deity to help us in life, I don't understand it. And also, what I do want to show y'all is this clip from a former witch. Now, this clip, it went viral on TikTok, and This aired in 1998. It went viral like last year sometime. It originally aired in 1998, right? And she talks about some very dark stuff on how she got into witchcraft. Talks about the devil in contracts with the devil being a witch. And she talks about how she got out of it. So I thought it would be perfect because I kind of had this little clip just, you know, in the holster, but it's perfect for this video. You know, it just explains it very well. So with that being said, y'all, we'll go ahead and check this clip out. It's about 6 minutes long, and then I'll come back and wrap the video up. All right, y'all. Check this out.
I met a young girl named Linda, and Linda was into what she called white witchcraft. And this is important that your audience listen to this part, because there is no such thing as white witchcraft. Witchcraft is witchcraft.
So
white
Samantha, the friendly witch, you're telling me is not a friendly power?
No, sir. She's operating in demonic powers given to her and able to express these powers in her psychic by spirits. And so I began to be very interested in power because, remember, I was looking for love and power, and I sure wasn't found in love. I was sleeping around, living a terribly promiscuous lifestyle and only getting hurt more. Now here I was looking for power, and she's telling me I can have all kinds of power. Well, I was enamored with the idea. I got all the books you could on witchcraft out of California. Louise Hibner was the top witch of the day. I studied everything there was to know about tarot cards, card reading, everything to know about astral projection, Tibetan Book of the Dead, Buddhism, anything there was to know about spirit guides. And what I would do is I would astral project out of the body, enabling spirits to come in, because in witchcraft, I believed that if I could get my own spirit, I could be empowered by bringing spirit guides in. Now understand, I was of the mind that these spirits that were coming in, spirit guides, were nice spirits that were people that had passed away throughout the centuries.
There's a nice word that's used on most TV. It's called channeling. Is that what you were doing?
I was doing that as well. But what would happen with me is I would begin to gargle these voices almost demonically. They would come out in a demonic sound. And so now here I was, so interested in witchcraft. Here I was in Buddhism, reincarnation, planning to kill myself so that I could go back. Reincarnation means recarnate, means enter back into life, return to the flesh. So I believe that if I killed myself, I'd be born inside the womb again, and through the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I would learn that soul migration, be born into the earth and have another chance, have a better mother, have a better father, not be a drug addict. So I became very, very studious about astrology, witchcraft, card reading, and that card reading became my niche. Sid, I would walk into a room with a deck of cards and read everybody's mail, just by that deck of cards, and I thought I was the best thing since the McDonald's hamburger. I thought I had finally come to a place of prominence because I could intimidate people. I could make them afraid of me because I was operating in these powers. And I never knew they were demonic or evil. I thought that I had come into this great power that I had been looking for. The trouble is, when you play with the devil, he doesn't play fair. He'll give you everything you want, all the drugs you want, all the women you want, all the promises, and all the power you want. And when he's done with you, he'll kick the legs out from under you.
It sounds like the Broadway play Damn Yankees, where they sell their soul to the devil and they become a champion baseball player.
I never saw that, but that's interesting. And that's why you hear rock stars sometimes say, I sold my soul to the devil. Because once you make that trade, he'll give you what you want. But people need to understand that the devil is not sharing his kingdom with anyone.
Now, y'all know what I thought was absolutely insane? I caught where the screen glitched. I didn't do this. This was from the original footage that when I clipped this video, this was just there. Like, this was a glitch, I guess, from when it aired. But notice when she said, I didn't know it was demonic and evil, it glitched right over her, right as she said evil. And if you can see this, it just looks very dark and demonic when it glitched like that. I don't know. I caught that and I had to stop it, pause it, and screenshot it just to show y'all this, that it glitched right as she said evil. I thought that was absolutely insane, but the clip was very powerful. And one thing about that word power, which I read on another article of a witch talking about how, you know, doing spells and magic and black magic, it makes them feel empowered. You know, that false sense of, like, you can, like she said, you can walk in a room and just read everybody. You can walk in and know that you have the utmost power because you're working within spirit. You're working within darkness that allows you to tap into these different realms. It makes you feel empowered, like you're over the next person, because you're diving into some dark stuff. You're trying to tap into the spirit realm, and you know this other person or these people that you're around have no idea that you're on some very dark shit. You know, it's simple tactics from the devil that people who aren't of God and who don't believe and who have no discernment, they don't know that this is the devil and his temptations and his works. Like she said, the devil won't share his kingdom with anyone. He'll promise you, you know, whatever you want, you know, for a couple years, just like when they take that contract to die at age 27, like we just talked about. He'll promise you power, fame, money, girls, you know, everything you want. And eventually you're going to sweep, you know, all of it right from under your feet, because he will never share his kingdom with a human. Just like in that testimony where it said the demon's hate for humans is so strong that if it was turned into a weapon, it would kill us in physical form. So imagine what the devil hate is for humans as well. I mean, he wants to create a world outside of God. He want to create his own universe. He want to create, you know, he want this to be nothing but darkness, and people by the millions are trapped in that darkness. Just remember, this hashtag boasts over 30 billion views, and it's probably more now. People by the millions are caught up in a very dark deception, and our souls are on the line. Get your soul back, people. Get right with God. That's all I can say to end this video, man. So that being said, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this one, man. Jump in the comments. Let me know what's going on. We had to talk about this whole WitchTok thing. You already know, man. We'll be back with another video. That being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.